Hey everyone, it's Kara from PureDiabetes.com and also from bootcampforbetics.org, depending on where you know me from. Anyway, I am hiding in my bedroom right now because I just put my children to bed and I just got my first Afrezza, that's the inhalable insulin prescription, and I'm going to try it. Now, in order to try Afrezza and kind of figure out how it's supposed to work with my body, I figured the best way to do this was to purposefully raise my blood sugar so that it is high, so that I can take Afrezza and see how long it takes my blood sugar to come back down. Now, I tried to eliminate any outside external factors that can affect my blood sugar. For example, I have not had any carbs for the last 2 hours. I haven't had any protein or fat for the last 4 hours, so I'm not exactly fasting. I'm postprandial. I didn't take any insulin for the carbs that I had a couple hours ago, and what that means is that my blood sugar is high, and it's high on purpose because I want to see what actually happens when I take this Afrezza. Now, first of all, I want to say that I got, with my prescription, 90 little cartridges of Afrezza, and each of those cartridges contains 4 units of insulin, or at least the equivalent of 4 units of insulin. So if Afrezza works exactly the same, or is exactly as strong for me as Humalog or Novolog, then 4 units of Afrezza should lower my blood sugar by about the same amount as 4 units of Humalog or Novolog. Now, I've heard that that's not really true. I've heard that Afrezza works a little bit differently, so maybe 4 units of Afrezza doesn't exactly equal out to 4 units of Humalog or Novolog. And that's why we're going to do some math and some experimentation and some waiting to see how well it actually works. So the first thing I'm going to do is note the time. It's 7:37 p.m. right now, and I'm just going to check my blood sugar. Oh yeah, you know, it just fell out, a bunch of used test strips. I bet you've done that before. Oh crap, I'm out of strips. It's a good thing I brought some more strips. Okay, so I'm going to check my blood here. You can't really see what I'm doing. That's okay. Here, now you can see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm going to poke myself. We'll get a little bit of blood. And we will see what my blood sugar is. Alright, so I'm up to 277. So that's been pretty consistent for me, actually. For the last couple of hours, I've been between, I would say, 275 and 300. So I think my blood sugar is pretty stable right now. It's stably high, but it's still stable. And so what I'm going to do next is figure out how to use this darn thing. So my Afrezza came in this, like, or wait, no. So, okay, so this is the inhaler. So there is an inhaler piece to the Afrezza. And there looks like there's some sort of cover on it. So I'm going to pop that cover off. So it looks like my mouth is supposed to go on that. That's okay. All right. So I'm going to read the instructions. Oh my God, this is just ridiculous. Like, who has the patience to read instructions like this? Throw those away. And take out one of these guys. So this is a package that contains 3 insulin cartridges. 1, 2, 3. And each cartridge is supposed to contain 4 units of insulin. So let's see what happens. So the pharmacist said there's only one way to load a cartridge into the inhaler. So I guess that means I'm supposed to open the inhaler somehow. Oh, okay. There you go. I opened it. So it goes open like that. right, so, okay, just setting this down for a second so I can figure out how to, and this looks like I should just push it out. Oh, yeah, I guess so. All right, so push it out. It's like a pill pack. You just shove it out, I guess. All right, I'm gonna put this in my trusty box. And okay, so wait a second. I need to do some math. So my blood sugar is 275. My insulin sensitivity factor with Humalog and Novolog is 65. So it's 65 times 4. 260. So if this Afrezza is actually as potent as Humalog or Novolog, it should lower my blood sugar by 260 points. My blood sugar is only 275, so that would bring my blood sugar down to 15? That sounds kind of bad. But that's okay, because look, I have my trusty carbs with me. So we'll see what actually happens. I don't actually expect this to be as potent as Humalog or Novolog. Alright, so I'm gonna, this thing, I guess, can you see that? This is hard to see. That loads in. Okay, then I guess when I close it, some sort of poking is supposed to happen, and I don't think I'm supposed to shake it up or anything. You know what, I'm going to pause this video real quick and see if I can find some instructions online. Alright, I can totally do this. Alright, what was I supposed to do again? Okay, so I am supposed to close this by snapping it down. Alright, I heard a snap. Okay, so I'm supposed to hold this flat. I'm just going to look at the picture real quick. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Okay, so now I remove the mouthpiece. We'll go this way. Okay. It didn't really feel like anything. So, all right. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes and counting. So I think I'm supposed to probably remove this old cartridge and throw it away. And I'll see you in 5 minutes, because that's when I'm going to check my blood sugar next. It hasn't been 5 minutes yet, but I wanted to mention that only 2 inhalers came with my set of 90 Afrezza cartridges. So I guess I'm supposed to use this thing like maybe 45 times and then use the other inhaler 45 times, or maybe I'm just supposed to start hoarding them because I'll probably like lose them or something. But anyway, I also wanted to mention that I feel kind of weird, and it might be because I held my breath for so long, but it hasn't been 5 minutes yet, and I can't imagine the Afrezza would have worked this quickly, so I think I'm chalking up the weird feeling to just holding my darn breath for so long. So, see you in a minute. Okay, it's been almost, there it went. Okay, it has been 5 minutes. I was 275 when I first took the Afrezza, and so I'm going to check my blood sugar again, see what happened. Just wipe my hand on my pants to clean it off. This is how we make do when we're diabetic. Okay, let's see what my blood sugar says this time. 268. Well, that doesn't really mean much. So I'm going to wait another 5 minutes and see what happens. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay.
See you in 5. Okay, so I'm 10 minutes post Afrezza inhale. Here, look, I'm just going to clean my finger on my shirt. And I'm going to poke it. And oh, whoops. I should probably put a strip in the meter first. Hang on. 1 second. Oops. Okay. Do. Get some blood. Can you see the blood? It's really grainy, isn't it? Probably because of the lighting in my bedroom. Okay. Check the blood. 10 minutes later, 269. Not much of a difference. I'm still not all that impressed. Okay, so we're going to wait 5 more minutes, and I'm going to test again, and then I'm going to test in 15-minute increments after that. So we'll do one more 5-minute break, one more test, and I'll test every 15 minutes after that. So it's been 10 minutes, and nothing interesting has happened so far. Hey, we're back. It's been 15 minutes total now since I took my first hit of my Afrezza inhaler, and I'm going to check my blood sugar again. So nothing much happened at the 5-minute and at the 10-minute increment. So let's see if anything interesting happened at the 15-minute increment. Okay. I'll take a look. Okay, so suddenly this Afrezza has become a little bit more interesting. I dropped 30 points in 15 minutes. So I guess for me it took roughly maybe 10 minutes to start working. And then after 15 minutes I'm down to 246. Cool. So the rumors are true. It looks like Afrezza does start to work a lot more quickly than the injectable insulins, which is really nice. So I could use this as I'd planned as sort of like a rescue inhaler for high blood sugars when my blood sugar is unintentionally high, like if my pump site falls out or oh gosh, you guys know this happens all the time. Your blood sugar goes high, like sometimes for no reason. If I get a burst of glucose from my liver or something like that. Okay, I'm going to get a little less excited. But what I am going to do is test in 15 minutes. So we're at 246. I'm at 246, 15 minutes after my first puff. And so the next time I test, it'll be 30 minutes after my first puff. So I will see you guys in 15 more minutes. Hey, I'm back. It's been 30 minutes since my first and last Afrezza inhaler puff. So I'm going to check my blood sugar again and see what happened. I'm feeling kind of hungry. But I'm not going to eat because that'll screw up my experiment. So here I go. I'm going to check my blood sugar, get some blood. Go like that. Okay. So we're at, 30 minutes. Down to 222. Okay. I was kind of expecting something more exciting, given what happened last time. But that's actually still pretty good. Roughly 50 milligrams per deciliter in a half an hour. So think I am just going to check again in another 30 minutes this time. So we'll go, so we'll test a full hour, I think, after that puff. So I'll see you in 30 minutes. Hey, it's me again, just getting ready to check my blood sugar. It has been 1 hour since I took that puff of 4-unit Afrezza cartridge. And I'm getting hungry, so I kind of want to eat. Anyhow, let's see what has happened. My blood sugar started at 275 1 hour ago. And we will see what it is now. 196. Okay. So almost, not quite 100 points, I guess. Yes, it's about 80 points in an hour. So it's still works a lot faster than Humalog, though I think it is I think it's less potent, it's less strong.